How are you?
We are very fine. Thank you, ma. How are you?
Very good. Sit down. Your face, they are looking interesting today.
They say if you give a man a fish, he has food for only a day. But if you teach him to fish, he can feed for a lifetime. This saying underlines the importance of education as a universal passport to human development. Without education, nation-states cannot fight poverty. They cannot create wealth. With an illiterate population of over 46 million people, Nigeria faces an uphill task in tackling her human developmental challenges, and a failing education system has made the challenges of reducing poverty and attaining economic growth even more daunting.
You are root class, the cow. Dilly, sit down.
Education is key to economic development and employment. And if the citizens of the states are not getting proper education, there will be no economic development, there will be no job employment, there will be a lot of problems, especially the youth. The youth will become menace to the society.
In 2014, after many years of witnessing a downward trend in student performance, the West African Examination Certificate results hit an all-time low. 70% of the candidates nationwide failed in the May-June WAEC exams. Most states in the country recorded below-average results, but in the northern part of the country, the results were even worse, and somewhere at the bottom of that disappointing table was Bauchi State.
One of the ways we measure education in a state is the outcome of the students' performance. It was really, really terrible.
The state of our school, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of capacity building, was in fact very poor, and it reflected in the product of what we get during our examination in NECO and WAEC.
We're at a point where we have less than 10 candidates that can go into Nigerian universities in the States.
Despite numerous interventions and decades of investment, critical problems still existed in Bauchi State's education sector. The vast majority of the state's teaching staff was demotivated, student enrollment was poor, and many of the basic and secondary schools in the rural areas lacked teachers in the core subjects of English, math, and the sciences.
The core subjects of maths, English, the sciences, physics, chemistry, biology, are very, very important to the educational system because they are the basics. So if you don't have teachers in these core subjects, it's not magic. How do you expect them to pass their exams?
In the area of technical and vocational education, only 1 out of the 7 technical colleges in the state was recognized by the National Board for Technical Education, and the vast majority of the technical and vocational courses offered in the state were not accredited.
From the onset of the school in 1976 to 2011, we had only 4 different trades: electrical, welding, building, and carpentry. And these departments were highly lackadaisical. There wasn't equipment, no much trade teachers. And the worst part of the whole thing is students then don't really pass NAPTEP. In fact, there was a year it scored only 2%. That was 2010.
Bauchi's challenges in the education sector were just a reflection of the country's failing educational system, and it was clear that an intervention was not only necessary but imperative. And so, in 2013, the federal government, with the support of the World Bank, introduced the State Education Program Investment Project, a performance-based financing approach aimed at improving quality education delivery. And Bauchi was one of the original 3 states participating in the project.
The project is essentially how do you improve the quality of education service delivery, and then how do you strengthen the system, the education system, to be able to deliver better education service, and also providing the right incentives to change behavior, to make sure the teachers come to school, they stay in school, and of course they are teaching the students.
In working to achieve its aim, SEPIP focused on the following areas: teacher deployment to rural areas, teacher deployment to core subjects, systematic measurement of learning achievements, aid to technical and vocational schools, and school-based management committees. The rationale behind these focus areas was glaring. Schools in rural areas lacked good teachers, and even when posted to the rural areas, most teachers would rather opt for a redeployment. Many schools, both in rural and urban areas, lacked adequate number of teachers for the core subjects, and there was little or no community involvement in the running of the schools. But with the coming of SEPIP, the story began to change. Government Day Secondary School, Zalanga, is a post-basic school located in a rural community 2 hours outside the main city of Bauchi. Inside one of the classrooms, a group of students listen raptly as their teacher breaks down the concept of linear inequalities. Just a year before, the school had no math or English teacher, and the students were truly disadvantaged. But with the intervention of SEPIP, all these have changed, because under the SEPIP model, any teacher who is posted to a rural school is entitled to a cash incentive outside his or her basic pay. So now, there is no scarcity of teachers who are willing to go and teach in the rural areas. The result is that these formerly disadvantaged pupils may now have a shot at competing on a level playing field with their counterparts from schools in the urban areas.
With the deployment of these core teachers to this school in particular from the urban areas, it has really helped because it has impacted on the students. Because, for instance, in this school where the teaching strength was very low, so people has built it, has stepped it up, and there's been a change in their academic performance.
2 hours from Zalanga, in the main city of Bauchi, a group of SS2 science students of Government Day Secondary School, Bakari Duku, pour into the science lab for the science period. Today, they'll be getting a better understanding of human anatomy, and the kids are excited. For the first time in a long time, they can touch and feel a skeletal prototype. There are pictorial illustrations on the wall, and they have an eager teacher who is passionate about his job. Unlike before, Bauchi State now has an abundance of core subject teachers who have been posted to secondary schools across the state. Just like in the case of rural deployment, core subject teachers under SEPIP are entitled to an allowance outside their basic salary.
The core subject teachers were posted in 2014. They started very well, and our results, our WAEC and NECO results for 2015 started showing significant achievement.
With all these things now, with this program on, and with the training we will get and the motivation, you discover that the students are doing well, because yes, there's improvement. Somebody that used to score maybe a lesser mark now is trying to get something better, and he even tells you, he shows more interest, because even when they have challenges, they'll come and meet you on their own. That's why that they are now interested in the subjects.
In the area of technical and vocational education, SEPIP has assisted all 7 technical colleges in the state to upgrade their facilities in order to give the students a better learning experience.
In this school, it's very clear. From the equipments you can see in the school, to the training we give the students, to the training our teachers acquired within the time of the SEPIP program. In fact, it's amazing. Even the result, last year, our score here was 72.8, definitely, NAPTEP.
The project has been very excellent. We have benefited seriously and immensely. The students are getting the training that they were not getting before. The teachers are getting the training in terms of capacity building that they were not getting before. If the project has not been here, possibly we may have been as we were before.
Today, all the technical colleges in Bauchi State are fully recognized, with majority of their courses fully or partially accredited by the National Board for Technical Education. As happy as the school authorities are at this new dispensation, the students are even more excited. The quality of training that they receive has significantly increased their skills and boosted their confidence and readiness for the labor market.
Akwai abubuwa da dama wanda zan iya daga ciki kamar IV haka, designing separator games. Na zana wannan ne kamar irin cikin gari haka, city. Shine na yi irin kamar makarantu haka, communications office haka da houses. Saboda yanzu kamar mu yara da mu iya girma mu tashi idan kuma ba mu yi karatu ba da mu iya zama irin gala-gala haka, wawaye haka.
I'm Awal Nasr by name. I'm one of the graduates of this great college, Government Technical College. Before I graduated from this department, I was able to design different kind of controllers, such as dark activated switching circuit that I'm now to present. See the way it is working. Or someone should be closing the door so that you experience that it is not from me that this sensitivity comes. You see it? As he closed the door, the switch automatically experiences a total of darkness. Definitely the lamp turn on. Open the door and see what will happen. You see? That's why ideally I appreciate with what I have learned in this great college, Government Technical College. I'm proud to be one of the great teachers in this school. Even if I graduated, even if I went to abroad, as I come back, inshallah, I will teach in this great school.
One key area of focus in Bauchi is access to education for the girl child, and with the support of SEPIP, Bauchi State is addressing the gender issue squarely. Today, more girls are enrolled in both regular and technical secondary schools and excelling even before their male peers.
Na zo makarantar nan ne domin na koyi aikin yin gini. Na koyi kuma yadda ake yin bricks, ake yin floor, yadda kuma ake yin irin inci 6 na blocks ake yi, da kuma inci 9 wanda ake a inji da inci 6 ake a ƙasa. Har bricks kuma ana amfani da shi da ƙarfe ne ake yi. A jika a ruwan suka yi ƙarfi sai a zo a dinga practical da shi. Ana kawo makaranta ne saboda ana kawo su makaranta su koyi aikin gini saboda wasu sun ga muna yi yake ba wa iyayensu sha'awa da karan kansu.
This is tibia and here is ulna and here is femur. Femur is the largest bone. This is.
So the education I receive here, I will be able to move forward to my ambition so that I can become a medical doctor in the future.
In this drive to raise the standard of education in Bauchi State, the communities cannot be left behind. Through the Schools-Based Management Committee, SBMC, members of the community work with the school authorities to ensure that the schools are run properly and that the students get the best quality of education possible. Having all hands on deck and working together to move the state forward, the results have been speaking for themselves. Teachers are motivated and students much more eager to learn. Student enrollment has increased by 27.6%. Number of teachers are up by 12%. And the state's results at WAEC have moved dramatically from 2% to 28%. All in just under 5 years.
Or the intervention of SEPIP encapsulated in the desire and the mission of the present administration has helped the government and the people of Bauchi State to consider education as the only viable alternative toward prosperity.
If there is any program or project that made an impact, which was so relevant in the state, is the SEPIP project program.
Bauchi started at a very low level. The girls, the enrollment very low, the quality very low. In terms of equity, the children who are very far from the local government headquarters, they are not getting good level of education. So what this project has been doing is to build the capacity of the teachers, strengthen the systems in a way that can continue to deliver for children at all levels, at the technical colleges, at the school level, at the AGA, at the SUBEB, at the Ministry of Education, and provide synergy, incentive for them to work together and deliver better education service for children.
With more of such innovation and commitment, Nigeria can look forward to a more engaged and productive youth population who can be true leaders of tomorrow.
My name is Aisha Abubakar. I want to be a doctor.
My name is Asma Muhammad Sabitu. I want to be a lawyer.
My name is Aisha Abubakar Musa. When I grow up, I want to be a journalist.
My names are Abdurrahman Abubakar. When I grow, I want to be a chemical engineer.
Sunana Hajjara Usman. Idan na girma ina so in zama likitan karban ayyuka.
Sunana Hajjara M Tafi da idan na girma ina son na zama nasu.
Thank you.